Greetings, friends. Happy day to you. Hope you're doing well. So, split the deck. What popped out but the Chariot. Okay? Something's moving forward fast. And this is major arcana. And so, we're going to see what this is. It's going to be different for everyone. But something is charging forward, charging ahead. Don't know what it is, but if you're like me and you feel like you have been through the spiritual gauntlet, but doing everything you possibly can in order to act rightly, which I'm sure you are. I'm sure if you're watching a tarot video, if you found this channel, if you're in harmony with what's going on here, then you're feeling like you've been put through the ringer, but at the same time, you have navigated based on an inner knowing, right? An intuitive pull based on an awareness of right and wrong, despite what the world says, how the world tries to impose on us. We know. So we're going to see what it is that's charging forward towards us. So first card out, Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords is a character that is snuck in to the battle camp, who is stealing away the swords in order to prevent the battle. Okay, he's commonly known as being sneaky, but there's a little more to him than just sneakiness. What he's doing is he's sneaking for the greater good. It's followed by Knight of Cups in reverse, so maybe a love offer that's not coming in or didn't come, followed by Ten of Cups in reverse, Queen of Cups, and King of Wands for our top row. So hope everyone's doing well today, wherever you are in the world, or tonight if you find this in the evening. I'm having a pretty good day myself. The energy has been interesting. It's kind of like a last hurrah for these energies that want to try to impose outdated, unhealthy dogmatic structures, right? Like, you ought to be doing this because tradition, regardless of whether or not it's rooted in, maybe ignorance, I don't know. But yeah, there's just this illusion of pressure that seems to be pervasive. Doesn't mean that we have to believe in it or see it for anything other than what it is. But if you're like me and you have been on your spiritual journey, then you are probably both well aware of and completely prepared to navigate deceptions. So this is forming up here into a pretty well defined picture. The center of our read is Ten of Wands, right? So something or someone has been burdensome to the point where it's having to be dropped. What was this one? King of Cups. I'm not going to take it though, because it's one too many. So I'm going to split the deck one more time before I take 13. So There was a chariot. Alright. So we got temperance, which is an angelic interference in order to balance, to put us on the path leading to happiness. The bottom of the deck, Page of Wands, Page of Cups, King of Swords. So, pages in the suits, right, are the beginning of these royalty cycles, right? The page is the youngest, the most immature, but they're set out on their particular initiative. So, looks like what's moving forward is some new cycles. So let's look at this and see. So to start out with, we have that character I was talking about who is sneaking away. Right? He has recognized that in order to prevent the greatest battles, the greatest victories in battles are battles that aren't fought. So, in order to prevent the battle, this character snuck in, and behind him, Two of Swords. So he made the decision, and he's now bearing the Two of Swords and the Three of Swords, right? So the Two of Swords is the ability to make a decision. The Three of Swords is heartbreak, right? So this character's been through enough to know that battling, right, it's to be avoided at all costs. So next we have the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups in the upright is a slow-moving fellow, but he's persistent. He's bringing a cup. Looks like someone did not bring a cup, right? They were not persistent. They simply did not make that offer, and so they did not enter into an energy that is complete emotional fulfillment. Ten of Cups in the upright is happy family. You got the house, you got the pets, you got the kids, you got the partner, and you are emotionally fulfilled to the maximum. This person is feeling the absence of that. They're consciously aware of the absence of that. And what's on their mind is this Queen of Cups energy, right? So we've got these two characters on the top level, and the Queen of Cups is simply on her throne, attending to her cup, mindfully attending to her cup. And then behind we have the King of Wands. This Queen of Cups is aimed away, right? Because of her throne, she's unaware that there's this King of Cups here behind, watching, or Wands, King of Wands here. This King of Wands is looking. He's kind of leaning forward on the edge of the seat, like ready to take action. Wands are passions and desires, and so it's like there's this masculine energy here that's looking forward from their perspective towards this Queen of Cups who seems to be kind of oblivious. I think that this King of Wands character is likely looking at this Queen of Cups as though maybe they didn't bring the offer. Maybe now, because they didn't bring the offer, they are not emotionally fulfilled, and so whatever it was that whatever situation they're in is something that they need to sneak away from, preferably without causing chaos, conflict, and destruction. But on the second level here, we see chaos, conflict, and destruction. Five of Wands. These characters are all tangled up, and this is it's a clusterfuck, for a lack of a better word. But someone is realizing now that they have the abilities to manifest their reality, to affect change, to bring about their intended desires, to take something from above, from the spiritual realm, down through the mind and into 3D physical reality. But they are, at this time, experiencing burdens. So this is probably a relatively new realization for this character, who probably unknowingly brought about these circumstances, and now they're having to, or through this process, right, through the bearing of these 10 wands, they have gained strength, right, strength in the upright, and they've learned what true strength is. This character is not dominating this lion with force. This character has the spiritual fortitude to tame this lion into a kitten, right? This lion would eat you, but this lion is being handled in such a way that it has been reduced down to something that is harmless, right? That is true strength. And so over here we have the Two of Cups in reverse. So whatever situation this is that has been so burdensome and has been so conflicting and has gained this individual all this strength or demanded the strength from them, it's maybe a intimate relationship, but one that is not healing, it's not of divine nature, and it is not equal give and take. Two of Cups is normally like a harmonious union, or the union of masculine and feminine energies. It can very often refer to intimate relationships, partnerships, but this is in reverse, and so whatever this is not those things. This is the opposite of those, and whatever it is, it's being destroyed. The Most High is blowing it up. We've got the tower here. That's a complete and total destruction. It's being swept completely off the foundations. We see that this lightning from heaven has come down and it has knocked the crown off of this whatever has been built here. It was not built on a firm foundation. It was never meant to be stable or enduring, and so it's being destroyed, and there is a moving on to calmer waters here with the Six of Swords. So it looks like someone, this King of Wands character perhaps, has gone through this period where they looks like they didn't extend a love offer, or they extended a love offer in the wrong direction, which was not blessed by the Most High. It led to fighting, conflict, burdens. It required a ton of strength, and it just simply wasn't a healthy situation. It was likely toxic, and so now it's blown up. It's being destroyed, and it's being destroyed by divine forces. And it looks like after all that takes place, they're trying to move on to calmer waters. Here in the foreground, the waters are choppy and rough, but in the back you see it's smooth. Trying to move on, trying to get away, right? At the start of the reading, the Chariot was the card that was representing what the reading is. It's that moving on, that charging forward energy. This is something you want to get away from. The tower is being struck by lightning, it's on fire, and the characters who were inhabiting it are being thrust out into the open air. This is a disaster. So we're moving on from a disaster, but it looks like it's justice. Okay, it looks like this is it's a truth that is balancing the scales. Okay, and so someone is rushing in. Someone who has got some passion about them. They may be a little out of control, but they are wanting to rush in, and it looks like in this King of Pentacles energy. So it looks like they're wanting to rush in, and they have some kind of offer, some kind of tangible, physical in the 3D. This isn't them wishing upon you from a distance. This is a desire to make things physical, right? And they're in the upright. So it looks like, this could be possibly something good. Over here on the top of the deck, the 13th card from the pull is Temperance. Temperance is this angelic figure. We have communication underneath of it, but it's an angelic figure who is balancing out the two cups, right? This is the divine intervening. 1 foot on the land, 1 foot in the water, is bringing balance to a situation, bringing life. These flowers are in bloom. And this is right before the path to the sun, which the sun is the happiest card in the deck. So it appears that the divine has intervened, right, with the tower, and then with Temperance. So the divine has stepped in and destroyed the structures that don't belong, that don't fit, that aren't of divine nature, and now they're balancing things out. And so what we've got here is we've got this character that's likely you, 9 of Cups. So someone who is emotionally abundant, and who is seen as attractive, desirable to be around, but they're single and independent. Okay, they're not. This person is not in a partnership. They are acting of their own accord, and they fill their own cups. Okay, and then the Chariot, which is what started us off. This is moving forward, right? Even rushing forward. Okay, so someone is seeing this character and wanting to rush forward, at least wanting to rush forward, in the spirit of nostalgia, positive memories, honoring of the inner child. These two characters here, one is sharing one of the cups. They have two cups. There's four in the foreground here, but these cups are full of flowers in bloom. So these cups are at an opportune time. The conditions are appropriate for these flowers to be blooming. So these are cups of life that are being shared, and they're being distributed, between these two childlike figures. Next we have the Lovers. The Lovers originally was the choice, but basically it appears as though a choice in love has been a theme in this set of circumstances, and perhaps there was a wrong choice that was made originally, leading to this tower, and whoever this character is, this King of Wands character, they're wanting to make a different choice. But I think that they've either had to embody this energy, this Queen of Swords energy, or they're maybe thinking that you will be, you Queen of Cups may be in that energy, which is where you got the sword up, ready with words and ideas, grounded in the truth. I think that with the Hierophant, they see you as representing divine energy, as embodying divine energy. The Hierophant can represent things like marriage, social structures, the legal system. But in this regard, I think that, maybe this person's married. It's hard. I don't know for certain. It can be different in others, each circumstance. But this character has the keys. Right? There's two keys right here. They're in an elevated position, and they're representing the Most High. And I think that that's how this person is seeing you, in an elevated position, as being close to the Most High. So, they could be married, because here's another card that can mean marriage. Or it could be that they want to work with you publicly. But I think that what this is saying is this person may have gotten married, may have been involved in a toxic marriage, but whatever happened, they're pretty rough off from whatever it was. They went through a tower, they bared burdens, they were fighting. It wasn't love, whatever it was, whatever they got involved with. And these two cards indicate marriage, so that's kind of affirming it, but that doesn't necessarily. It could just be a serious commitment that led them to this energy, this wounded warrior energy. But whatever it is, they want to rush forward, but it appears that they are heartbroken. And they might be heartbroken from what they've been through, but I think that they are also likely heartbroken over you, because it appears as though an offer was never extended or accepted, and therefore the enjoyment of what would have come from that offer was never experienced. Whatever it was that they did invest in, it just simply never provided significant fruit. It just never paid off. They may have had the best intentions and thought they were choosing wisely, but with the Seven of Pentacles, it just never came into fruition. And so I think now this character is realizing that in order to move forward with this, they're really going to need to embody this Emperor energy, because you are likely embodying Empress energy. The Empress isn't out here, but there are a lot of indicators that display that this character sees you as fulfillment in a few regards. So see if we've got anything else before we close this one out. All right, so we got Ten of Pentacles. So once again, they see you as not only a missed opportunity for emotional fulfillment, but also earthly, there would be a tremendous gain from you two working together, and I think that they see that now. So they're looking forward to the future. They're looking out, and they're trying to plot a course back to you. There's a lot of passion here. They want a new beginning, but not. I mean, that new beginning would be really passionate. They're very attracted to you, and they want to engage you physically. Let's put it that way, right? Because you're the Queen of Wands, they feel left out, and they want to take a leap of faith in your direction. They've been dealing with some toxicity, maybe some juggling, but they're trying to come into balance. But you are what makes them happy. You are what makes them ultimately happy. You're their world. You might be in hermit mode, but yeah, they're trying to spy. Page of Swords. They're trying to spy, but they probably can't see you. But getting back with you would be victory and success. You are their star. You are their world. So they want to bring you an offer that would be victory and success. Maybe even considering marriage with you. Maybe that's what this is about. Is they really want, because they recognize now that you're counterparts, King and Queen of Cups. So they want to communicate that, come into balance with you. So hope this reading helps to affirm what you already know, what you're already feeling. If you are feeling this, be affirmed that your intuition is correct. And, it looks like this person is definitely considering taking action. Whether or not they will, that's going to be up to them. However, this is the divine balancing things out. And so, for all intents and purposes, it sure looks like the divine intends to move things in that direction. So, hope you enjoyed. Talk to you later.